Hi students, I welcome you all for the second episode on the subject business studies. I am very happy and nice to see you all. So in the first PUC business studies, we discuss about these 12 models. Already I have given introduction regarding the first PUC syllabus, I mean introduction to business in a previous class, right? We have discussed, and I have given the scope and perspective of business studies, I mean the job opportunities to the commerce students after completion of UG and PG already I have disclosed. Hence, today I move towards, I throw light on the syllabus of business studies, I mean first PUC business studies as per NCERT, National Council of Educational Research and Training. As per NCERT, in a first PUC, you study 12 models, very beautiful, very important, very interesting models. In each and every model, you will come to know the meaning of business, you will come to know the scope of business, and you can differentiate the commerce course with else courses. You will enjoy a lot. I am sure you will enjoy. I know that. So let me go ahead with the each and every model of first PUC syllabus. See, in a first PUC syllabus, the first model, nature and purpose of business. The nature means the actual framework of the business, the actual meaning of business, the purpose of business, the characteristics of business, objectives of business, and the nature of business and the importance of business. These topics we discuss in the first model, nature and purpose of business, I mean nature and significance of business. Very important model. After the completion of first model, nature and purpose of business, we too move towards the second model, forms of business organizations. Forms means various types of business organizations. See, various types of business organizations based on the size of the business, based on the nature of business, based on the rules and regulations. There are various types of business organizations. Generally, sole trading business organization, partnership business organization, cooperative business organizations. So these are all various types of business organizations we discuss in the second model, forms of business organizations. And after the completion of forms of business organizations, after getting knowledge regarding various types of business organizations in the world, we move towards joint stock company. Joint stock company means the contribution of owners' capital, public's capital, or shareholders' fund and owners' fund. Joint stock company, joint stock business organizations. So this is very important in the viewpoint of knowledge and viewpoint of examination, and in the viewpoint of further studies. This is very important. You will study joint stock company even in degree also. Not only in a degree, in a post-graduation, PG, MCOM, MBA, MFA, in all commerce, UG and PG courses, you will discuss joint stock company. Hence, give much importance to the joint stock company while explaining this. The next model, private, public and global enterprises. See here, private, a business controlled by private people called private business organizations. Here there is no government involvement. There is no government control. Of course, legally they control, but on internal activities, no government interruption, no government's involvement. That is private company. Next one is public company. Public, in a public, so many types. Public sector companies, right? BEML, BEL, BHEL, right? The public sector companies, KSRTC. So this is all the public sector companies we discuss. And the global enterprises. The global enterprise is nothing but multinational companies, global companies, transnational companies, international companies. Global enterprises we discuss. Next one is the fifth model, business services, the required services to start a business. Let me give some example regarding business services. We need banking to start a business. We need the help of banking to run a business. Means banking service, very important. Insurance to the employees, to the factory assets, we need to buy insurance. So banking, insurance, warehousing to preserve our company products in order to protect products quality, to prevent products from the damage, spoilage and leakage. We need warehousing, insurance, banking, warehousing, advertisement. So for the growth of business, we need advertisement. We have to advertise our product, we have to advertise our services. So advertisement is very important. Banking, insurance, warehousing, advertisement, telecommunications to receive customer orders, to solve customer queries. We need telecommunication. So banking, insurance, warehousing, advertisement and telecommunications we discussed in the model business services. The next model, emerging modes of business. Emerging modes of business means the recent developments, the recent changes, the present changes are emerging developments. Evolutionary steps in the area of business. Evolutions in business. Evolution means earlier we were going to the market, right? 20 or 30 years back we were going to the market, we were bringing products to house, but now everything in our fingertips, through mobile, in your place itself, through mobile, you can see any product in Amazon or a Flipkart. You can choose the product and you can give the purchase order. So that is available today. That is called emerging modes of business. The present changes, the recent developments in the area of business. Emerging modes. B2B, business to business. B2C, business to customer. Best example, OLX, Flipkart, Quicker, right? Amazon. So these are the online vendors, online sellers. They have introduced and they have been introducing various emerging modes to the people to make products very convenient and easy to buy. So that is the main aim, because present people are very busy in their activities. Time is very precious to the people. Hence, to make products very easier, simpler and convenient, emerging modes of business. We can expect products to our doorsteps. We can expect our products to our doorsteps. Delivery guy will come and deliver product to our doorstep. That is called emerging modes of business. Next one is small business organizations. Very small business organizations. Small business organization means the tiny industries, cottage industries, village industries. So in this model, we discuss about rural industries, rural industry problems, rural industry difficulties, their financial problems, their products, their marketing activities, and how they start business. For what in all matters they struggle. What are their opportunities? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Everything we discussed in the model small business organization. Small means the tiny business, like a sparrow, small companies. As we all know that small business means in that business everything, very less, production less, small scale production, very less number of employees, domestic technology, because their business is very less. They cannot invest crores for the purchase of sophisticated technology. They run their business with indigenous technology, the domestic technology. That is small business organizations. After the completion of small business organizations, we concentrate and we have to move towards the next very important, social responsibility of business. Social responsibility of business means the business where existed, the business where started, they have to look over the surroundings. For example, we start a business in a Kolar. We should concentrate on Kolarians' welfare. We should concentrate on the development of the society. At least certain portion of profit we should spend for the welfare of the public, welfare of the society. That is called social responsibility of business. There is a reason behind that. To start a business, we take the help of many people, customers, supplier, general public, government, employees. Once we reached a good position, once we get good profit, in that profit we have to spend something towards their welfare, who and all helped us to reach this position. That is called social responsibility of business, means the voluntary contribution of business towards the welfare of the society. Do remember, students, you may get this question in a CET at present, right? The government amended. This is compulsion to each and every company. Let me say, to whom? Whose profit, I mean employer or a company's profit, whose profit exceeds 5 crore and whose turnover exceeds 1000 crore, compulsorily they have to go for social responsibility. At least minimum 2% of their profit they have to spend for the social welfare and the development of society. How social responsibility? Through developing infrastructure facility in rural area, by providing education facility, right? By providing transportation, water tank facility, street light facility, right? Then children, what I can say, the scholarship facilities, right? So this is all medical camps, free medical camps. For this social responsibility, we can give so many examples. At present, the Ratan Tata, number 1 person in world, because is contributing 60% of his profit towards the social welfare, to the flooded area, to the drought area, to the rural development, to construct schools, bridges, dams, hospitals. He is spending money. And our Sudha Narayan Murthy, the co-founder of Infosys, Sudha Narayan Murthy, she is spending some crores. She is moving forward towards the development of the society. And she said in a public meeting regarding social responsibility, I am born to help the people, not to lead prosperous life. Right? She told this word in a public meeting. I born to help the people, not to lead prosperous life. I am a philanthropist. Right? Ratan Tata, philanthropist. Sudha Narayan Murthy, philanthropist. Not only these two, so many people are there. Even we take our parents also. Many of our parents, they help others. That is social responsibility. Many of our parents, they help poor people, they help orphanages, they help old aged people. They donate money as much as possible to the poor. That is also social responsibility. Right? Even in colleges, secretary or a president, right? They give peace concession. They give free of cost admissions to the poor people, to the meritorious students. That is also social responsibility. As much as possible, we have to help others. Not only to the business, this concept. Of course, social responsibility is compulsion to the business whose profit exceeds 5 crore, whose turnover exceeds 1000 crore. But generally, basically, we all human beings, right? Whatever we earn, 10 rupees or 100 rupees or 20 rupees, in that let us spend at least 1 rupee towards the welfare of, right, poor people. That is social responsibility. Next is ethics. Ethics means what is good, what is bad. That is called ethics. So in a day-to-day activities of the business, ethics is very important. Means while handling employee, while recruiting employee, while selling products. Let me give one example to the ethics. So company should produce quality product and they have to sell quality product at reasonable prices to the customer. That is ethics. The owner of the business should not cheat employee. Owner of the organization should pay proper and minimum wages or salaries to the employee. That too in time payment of salary. That is called ethics. The owner of the organization gives equal importance and equal distribution of opportunities to everyone in the organization. He will not do partiality. He will treat all equally. Principle of equality in the organization. That is called ethics. So this is beautiful model. 8th one. Next one is 9th model, sources of business finance. Sources of business finance means to start a business, as we all know that we need money. Without money, can we start business? Highly impossible. Highly impossible. To start a business, we have to invest crores for raw material, for machinery, for technology, right? For example, I am ready to start a business, but in my pocket only 20 lakh rupees. But to start a business, I need 1 crore. Now what to do? I have to find out the sources to raise the finance to my business, to start a business. Now, for this 20 lakh rupees, still I need 80 lakhs, right? 1 crore rupees means 100 lakhs. I have 20 lakhs, still have to arrange 80 lakhs. Now, I have to raise remaining 80 lakhs from various sources, from bank, from my friends, through share market, by selling company shares, through money market, by pledging my land documents in private agencies or private finance agencies or in some other banks. That is called sources of business finance. Right? Sources of business finance. In this model, we discuss about financial market, stock markets, right? Bullion market, I mean share markets, Bombay Stock Exchange, right? National Stock Exchange, Gujarat Stock Exchange, Bangalore Stock Exchange, and trading of shares, right? And raising of funds to the organization, I mean share capital. This and all we discuss in our sources of business finance. After completion of this model, we move towards internal trade. Trade means buying and selling. Internal means within the country. Internal trade means buying and selling of goods within the country is called internal trade. In this, we discuss about the role of wholesaler and retailer. Next one is external trade. These two related to external trade or international business. So in international business part A, 11th model, here we discuss about meaning, objectives and importance of international business. In 12th model, we discuss about part B, that is international business procedure, import procedure, export procedure, what and all documents we need, right? What and all rules and regulations we have to follow for exporting goods, right? So international business, we can give so many examples. We export sambar products to abroad and we buy sophisticated technology from Japan. We buy aeroplane spare parts from UK, United Kingdoms, right? And we buy liquor products from France. We supply cotton, we supply sambar product, we supply pearls, we supply gold, we supply diamond, right? We supply fruits, we supply vegetables, we supply milk also to the abroad, to Sri Lanka and other countries. That is called international business. So in the last model, we discuss about international business. In international business, there are two parts. One is part A related to meaning and objectives, part B related to procedure, I mean process of international business. Thank you dear students for this opportunity. So from next class onwards, we will go ahead with the first model, nature and purpose of business. Thank you all.